tonight. Tight-lipped Ottawa police revealing very little about the rollover investigation on Saint Laurent Boulevard that had a driver sprinting away from the scene. The skateway on the Rideau Canal temporarily closed due to poor conditions and much to the disappointment of tourists. Plus, fighting Ford's government and taking the case all the way to the Supreme Court. We'll tell you why a group is trying to block the redevelopment of Ontario Place. Good evening. New details tonight about a rollover crash that had jaws dropping during a busy afternoon commute. A car flipped upside down. The driver crawled away and fled while much of it was being caught on camera. It happened on Saint Laurent Boulevard between Highway 417 and Tremblay Road around 3:30 p.m. yesterday. And as CTV's Katie Griffin reports, Ottawa police aren't saying much about the driver witnesses say got put in cuffs.
This guy just crashed his car and he's running from the police.
The dramatic aftermath of a two-vehicle crash captured on camera.
It was crazy. It looked like a scene from like a movie, just a guy running out of a rolled car and just bolting. It was pretty intense.
Julia Franklin and her daughter London were turning onto Saint Laurent Boulevard Wednesday afternoon and couldn't believe what they saw.
When we came off the highway, we saw a car flipped over, so I started recording, and then a man started climbing out, and he ran in front of my car right here. And he's like, stop, and he's completely panicked. I'm like, this man is in shock. Like, what if he needs help? He just runs across the street, and then he just starts running down Saint Laurent. So I'm like, you know what, I could probably catch up to this guy and like make sure he's okay. And then I noticed the cop was like having a hard time doing a U-turn, so I just started going after him, and then the cop eventually caught up and I let him do his job.
Ottawa police would not comment on the circumstances around the crash, only that they responded to a call for service in the area. They also wouldn't say why the area was shut down for nearly 12 hours. The province's Special Investigations Unit is not involved. Before the vehicle landed upside down, it hit another car. The driver of that vehicle did not want to appear on camera, but says as he was turning left onto Saint Laurent, he saw an SUV going fast. He says the driver tried to swerve around him but lost control, clipping his vehicle and then leaving the road. Paramedics say the man was taken to hospital in serious but stable condition.
Well, I just thought he was in shock, and then it kind of looked sketchy once he kept running, so I was a bit concerned.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
And we have extended coverage of this story on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is -1 out there right now, and there is a warm-up on the way. So far, we have seen a great start to the skating season on the Rideau Canal, but with these mild temperatures, the skateway is now closed until further notice. The red flags went up at 10 p.m. The National Capital Commission says this will help preserve the ice surface during the warm spell. We're told the skateway will reopen as soon as conditions permit. Officials with the NCC say since the canal opened on December 31st, there have been more than 170,000 visits, but some tourists are feeling let down by Mother Nature.
I must say disappointed because we just flew in today from Winnipeg to spend the weekend with our daughter and go skating on the canal. And so glad we got a little skate in today before it closed and got to come up to the Rink of Dreams. Well, thanks so much for...
CTV's Jackie Perez was live at the Rink of Dreams during CTV News at 6 and reported that many canal skating hopefuls ended up in front of City Hall on that rink. The Rink of Dreams offering an outdoor refrigerated alternative to the largest skating surface in the world. Over to Jackie now for our first check on weather.
Well, the mild temperatures continue to climb for tomorrow, but that comes with a little bit of rain. So nothing as we get into the midnight hour, into the overnight. It's really first thing in the morning. You can see here in Ottawa, we could see some freezing rain moving through first thing in the morning, but then we're likely going to see more rainfall through periodically throughout our Friday. The good news is it won't last very long. This should clear by Saturday. Overnight conditions, though, -3, cloudy skies, and then tomorrow, our daytime high will be 6 degrees. We'll have a closer look at your long-term forecast in just a bit. Stefan.
Thank you, Jackie. Turning now to a new Ottawa police unit dedicated to cracking down on speeders. And as CTV's Dylan Dyson reports, drivers in the nation's capital appear to have heavier feet these days.
There we go. 89.
On Maire Bleu Road in Orleans, many drivers treat the 60-kilometer-an-hour limit as an option.
So this individual I stopped has prior speeding convictions on their record, so unfortunately they will be receiving the full charge today for the speeding for the 89 kilometers per hour in the 60 kilometer per hour zone.
Sergeant Josh Callahan is part of a new road safety unit with the Ottawa Police. The goal is to reduce dangerous driving behaviors like speeding, impaired driving, and distracted driving.
We've received complaints in how the Ottawa Police was servicing the community needs in regards to traffic safety.
It's much quicker since they've gotten rid of the cameras, for sure. I live in Convent Glen, and along there, you know, they reduced the speed, but nobody seems to adhere to it.
Very fast. I do not like the fact that the speed cameras are gone.
The new road safety units were announced back in the summer as part of a larger plan to shift to a 4-district policing model before the province scrapped the speed camera program.
It's been a trend for a number of years now that we're seeing higher speeds on the roadways. We're seeing a lot of speeding going on our roadways.
Launched in December, road safety units are in place in Ottawa's east, west, and south ends, with a central unit still to roll out.
Today, here in the East District, we have approximately 9 officers doing an increased focused initiative in regards to traffic enforcement for speed and stunt driving this morning. I myself have already stopped one driver for driving 109 kilometers in a 60 kilometer per hour zone. So the vehicle that I just stopped was a vehicle traveling over 80 kilometers per hour in a 60 kilometer per hour zone.
To Ottawa's drivers, traffic enforcement officers have a clear message.
Be cautious, be courteous to other drivers. Please take your time. And we have a slogan that we like to say that we've kind of adopted with the road safety unit is every trip matters. Drive smart and drive safe.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News.
Our next story is a fiery wake-up call for homeowners with pets. Take a look at this video. It was captured by a home security camera around 9 o'clock this morning at a home in Ottawa's East End. A dog got a hold of heated gloves that are powered by a lithium-ion battery, and as it's chewing on the battery, flames are sparked. The glove and blanket quickly catch fire, and when crews arrived to the scene 4 minutes later, heavy smoke and flames could be seen in a window. No one was hurt. The dog is safe, but the adult and child living at this Orleans home had to find somewhere else to stay tonight. The Canada Revenue Agency says it still owed more than $10 billion in COVID-19 emergency benefits paid to people later deemed ineligible. But for some Canadians who say they applied in good faith, the effort to recover that money is taking a toll. Embrun hairstylist Dawn Barton says she was forced to stop working because of pandemic restrictions and received $17,000 in relief benefits during the shutdowns. Now the CRA is telling her she has to pay it all back because she earned more than $1,000 of income during the applicable payment period and wasn't eligible. But Barton is denying the agency's claims.
It is a huge amount of money for me as a single mom. I've had to visit food banks. I've had to ask for loans. And this amount of money, which is roughly about $7,000 they've taken from me this year alone, could have really helped keep my head above water.
Barton says she has appealed twice and been denied. In a statement, the CRA says flexible payment arrangements are available and that applicants who disagree with a second review can seek a judicial review from the federal court within 30 days of the CRA decision. As a housing crisis continues to grip Canadians and their budgets, Ottawa's mayor is sounding confident about future development here in the capital. Mark Sutcliffe speaking this morning at the mayor's breakfast for the Greater Ottawa Home Builders Association, where he shared his perspective with developers and housing industry leaders. City Council will cast a final vote on a new zoning bylaw soon. It calls for higher buildings in some neighborhoods to allow for larger family-sized units.
We're moving faster, so that's our number one objective, is just to make it easier for people to build homes and to build them quickly. And the new zoning bylaw, together with the Housing Action Plan, are making that happen.
But it comes at a time when many Canadians are still struggling to even get into the market, many suggesting it's too expensive with interest rates and current housing prices. Meanwhile, an update today on costly and controversial plans for Ontario Place located in Toronto. The fight over the provincial government's proposal is now headed to the Supreme Court. CTV's Siobhan Morris has the details on why one group isn't giving up on blocking the build.
With the overhaul of Ontario Place pushing on, a new wrinkle far from the water's edge. The Supreme Court of Canada will hear a constitutional challenge of the Ford government bill that makes the makeover possible.
It eliminates virtually every civil or citizen or business remedy that could be brought against the government.
This comes from a group called Ontario Place Protectors. Their lawyer also argues the 2023 Rebuilding Ontario Place Act is a breach of public trust.
Because it takes away all of the environmental and heritage protections.
Two lower courts declined to dig into this case.
I don't even know why they're going to the Supreme Court. I think it's a bunch of crazy lefties that want to protect one tree or two trees or three birds.
The Premier is excited about a transformed waterfront with a controversial spa and water park, trails, public spaces, a new year-round concert space and parking garage.
We're building the most spectacular destination anywhere in the country, if not North America.
Doug Ford calls these still under wraps designs for a new science centre at Ontario Place out of this world, hinting.
And then we have some other plans that we're going to do as well.
Through Bill 5, the government can get around laws that may get in the way of development of things like mines or new highways. Gillespie says the Supreme Court's decision could have far-reaching consequences.
To send a message to governments right across Canada that this type of legislative action isn't permissible.
We don't know exactly when the Supreme Court will hear this case, but Gillespie anticipates it'll be sometime in the next 8 to 10 months. Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Keep the stick tight against your skate.
Coming up, taking a homemade rink to new heights. More on this barn's second-story skating surface in just a few minutes.
You're watching CTV News at 11:30 with Stefan Keys.
Sanderson to poke it away. Here's Pinto. Takes a shot, scores! Shane Pinto.
Nice goal, but that wasn't enough. The Ottawa Senators getting pummeled on the road tonight, playing in Colorado against the Avalanche. Ottawa's opponents lived up to their name, heavily piling on and successfully getting the puck in the net over and over and over again. The Sens put one up on the board, but the Avalanche had 8 by the end of the second period, and the final score tonight, 8-2 for Colorado. It's time now for a closer look at the forecast. Here's Jackie.
It will be another mild night where we have overnight lows about -3, partly cloudy skies, but then the rain starts to move in. And with that temperature still below the freezing mark, we could see a risk of freezing rain with this. Temperatures will warm up to about 6 degrees, but with this comes the rain as well as very windy conditions. We could see wind gusts of up to 60 kilometers per hour, especially into the afternoon. But for now, let's look at the eastern Ontario lows where we see -1 in Pembroke as well as Bancroft, 2 degrees in Kingston, -4 in Cornwall, and about -3 in Montreal and Mont-Tremblant. Tomorrow, highs very similar to here in Ottawa, where temperatures will be between 6-7 degrees, and then the rain really moving through most of the region. It will clear, though, by the time we get to our Saturday. Here's a closer look at our 7-day forecast, where, yes, the daytime high for Friday is 6 degrees. Overnight will maintain to about -4. Then things are going to start to cool off, where the overnight or the daytime high will be about 0. Dry conditions for our Saturday. We may see the chance of flurries moving in on Sunday. Daytime high -2. By the time we get to early next week, we could see temperatures starting to drop into those minus double-digit temperatures.
Thanks for that, Jackie. Building a backyard rink is a Canadian tradition, but a Perth man is taking it to new heights by building an indoor ice rink in the second-story loft of his barn. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
It's not your typical homemade ice rink. John Ryan built this in the second-story loft of his Perth, Ontario barn.
If you know me, I'm a pack rat, and the first floor is full. There's no room.
That's right. Ground floor is for storage. Upstairs, for fun.
It's fun and it's helpful.
Keep the stick tight against your skate.
Originally built for his children years ago. Now his grandchildren get to enjoy skating close to home.
Like, mostly every day. Like when I come home from school. Because when I'm bored, I can just come here.
Do you have fun here?
It's great for the kids. They're able to come and skate at Nana and Papa's anytime they want. It helps them practice their skills for hockey.
He says the structure is sturdy, designed to hold the weight of bales of hay. He tried the traditional outdoor rink first, but that wasn't his thing.
Laziness. I'm tired of packing the snow down and watering stuff like this. This, once you've got it in, my son and I think 4 hours, we had it ready to go. Throw the hose in it and walk away.
Of course, he added boards, lights,
Canal, are you ready for some more hockey?
and a staircase to make getting up and down easier. Ryan's been doing this for 16 years now, and even though it is indoors, it's still very weather dependent.
You take the pucks and the nets off and let it puddle up. Once she gets hard, she's good to go again.
With hopefully many seasons to look forward to.
Well, my grandkids now live behind me, and my son has got a baby on the way, so we'll be doing it till we can't do it anymore.
Peter Sperling, CTV News, Perth.
Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
Okay. Coming up, heated rivalry heating up with rave reviews. The hit series looks at hockey through a different lens, and Season 2 is set to bring the storyline to Ottawa. A Crave original TV series called Heated Rivalry will have you looking at Canada's game in a whole new way. The storyline showcases two male hockey players who fall in love. Based on a book, the series is making major waves on the screen. And as CTV's Kimberly Fowler tells us, Season 2 is set to feature Ottawa in a significant way.
And with that line, millions of fans erupted, proving that one moment can ignite a worldwide obsession. What began as a series of books about forbidden love between two rival hockey players
has heated rivalry made everybody insane? Yes!
Has grown into a global phenomenon. The Crave original series Heated Rivalry resonating in a powerful way.
Yeah, it's a show about hockey, and let's just say there's a lot of pucking.
Steamy but emotional, funny and real, the Canadian show's cast now international stars. It's Crave's most watched original series. And in the States, the series ranks second on HBO Max's top 10 most watched shows. And there's a capital connection.
As someone who was born and raised in Ottawa, it's really nice to actually be able to see people from all over the world experience the city as well and experience the capital.
Ottawa is rumored to be a big plot point in Season 2, so we could see the production showcase iconic landmarks like the Rideau Canal, the Parliament Building, and a professional hockey arena. While the content is cutting edge, there's mass appeal right down to the clothing.
We started a petition, and it is a call for Team Canada, or really any organization that wants to go ahead and officially make this fleece in collaboration with Heated Rivalry and as well as the costume designer Hannah Pulley.
The goal is to get this sweater made into official Team Canada merch before the upcoming Olympics.
As of right now, our petition is just shy of 3,500 signatures. We've had Roots, Canadian Roots. Tim Hortons has also piped in as well. And we're excited to see where this goes and, if we can actually release the fleece.
And if you can't wait for an official release, you can also try to make one on your own.
It is a pretty simple make if you've got the sewing skills to do it. I recreated the Shane Hollander Team Canada fleece, and here's how I did it. It is like the most faithful book adaptation I think I've ever seen. It's really excellent. And I have full faith that Season 2 will be the same.
Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
When it comes to consumer news, you may have noticed a new look to the labeling on many of the items you've picked up at the grocery store recently. That's because at the start of the year, new Health Canada regulations came into effect. Companies now have to state if their product is high in things like sugar, saturated fat, and sodium. However, there are exemptions. Things like fresh fruit, raw vegetables, fish, and meat do not need labels. Also, a new business is moving into Old Ottawa South, taking over the former longtime location of the Life of Pi Bakery. Signs are up on the building's Bank Street windows saying Roberto's Corner Italian Deli and Cafe is coming soon. There's no date yet for when it will open. Life of Pi closed at the end of December after nearly 18 years in business.
I don't know. I guess I'm just healthy and I'm lucky.
Just ahead, celebrating a birthday not many live to see. We'll give you a look at the party for a 103-year-old Ottawa woman on the other side of the break.
You're watching CTV News at 5 with Stefan Keys.
Welcome back. A local friend group is starting the new year off richer after winning the lottery. 8 friends are going to split $1 million after matching all 7 encore numbers in exact order in the October 24th Lotto Max draw. Francois Philippe of Ottawa was one of the 8. The group includes 4 other people from Ottawa, 1 person from Gatineau, another from Finch, and 1 from Chesterville. They purchased the winning ticket at a Petro-Canada on Innes Road in Ottawa's East End. In the meantime, the Queensway Carleton Hospital is introducing a monthly 50-50 lottery in honor of its 50th anniversary. The hospital says all net proceeds will support the hospital get high-priority medical equipment. The first draw is set for January 30th, and the hospital says the jackpot is currently nearing $20,000. A $1,000 early bird prize will also be awarded on January 16th. Well, some birthdays are big, others are rare, but today one local woman is marking a milestone many people never reach. As CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports, she is turning 103 years old.
Happy birthday to you!
It's a monumental day for Jean Broadfoot.
How old are you today?
103.
She's turning 103 years old, still taking life one day at a time.
I don't know how to feel. I just go along with it.
As for her secret to hitting this milestone, she says there's no mystery, just good health and good fortune.
I don't know. I guess I'm just healthy and I'm lucky.
This is her and my father.
And her family knows just how special this moment is.
Well, 103 doesn't come very often, so it's very special.
Her 4 children are all in their late 60s and early 70s. 2 of her sons were able to attend the celebration. It's a day they never expected, but one they're grateful to share.
We never thought we would be here, but here we are. It's special. It doesn't happen very often for anyone, and we're just glad it happened for her.
At Park Place Retirement, staff say Broadfoot is known as much for her sharp wit as her long life.
Jean is probably the most witty senior you will ever meet in your life. She has a wonderful sense of humor. She can always make all of the staff here smile just by the way she shows up to things. She always has a comment about something and she laughs right after she says it.
And even at 103, she's not done looking ahead.
So I'm going to be back next year for when you turn 104.
All right. I'll see you then.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
When we return, the Australian visitor accomplishing a long-awaited mission on Canadian soil. We'll have more on the commitment to build this frozen outdoor shelter in just a few minutes.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The current temperature, -1. And here's Jackie with tonight's final look at the forecast.
Well, don't be surprised tomorrow morning to wake up to perhaps slick conditions as temperatures are below the freezing mark, -1, and a risk of freezing rain will move through before it transitions into rain. And that's when the temperatures will also start to warm up. +6 is going to be the daytime high. Saturday will be drier conditions with a daytime high of about 0. And as we get to our Sunday, Monday, temperatures are going to average closer to about seasonal conditions, about -2, getting much colder by the time we get to next Thursday. Stefan.
Thanks, Jackie. Finally for us tonight, mission accomplished, though today's warmth compromised part of the goal. An Australian man named Kyle and his Canadian girlfriend came to Castleman for the holidays, and for months now, he has been studying and wanting to build a frozen fortress. Looking up igloos online, Kyle started working on this project on December 16th. Block by block, he laid out the foundation to make this Canadian winter dream a reality. Today it was completed and got decked out with lights, but above 0 temperatures meant the structure was compromised and he didn't get to enjoy it for long. Just like the Canal, forts need consistent days of a deep cold to hold up. But congrats on getting it done. That is CTV News for this Thursday, January 8th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team keeping you up to date at CTV News Ottawa You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app. And for news on the go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night and stay safe.